What's going on, guys? You're watching another episode of Field Tested. Do I sound like an old school Disney commercial when I say that?
I'm Ashley Tisdale, and you're watching Disney Channel.
So I've already reviewed the Matthews Triax. I've reviewed both the Hoyt Hyperforce and the RedWRX. Now I'm going to review the Elite Ritual. So this year, Elite came out with one of many 2018 bows, and their flagship bow this year is the Elite Ritual. Now, I've always been a pretty big fan of Elite. The only thing I don't like about them is they're so long, but incredible let-off, super smooth cams, very consistent and forgiving bows. I really liked Elite. When I first was buying my very first bow, it was very close between my Matthews Creed XS and the Elite Hunter. This year, it was kind of a hands down I was going to pick the Triax, but nonetheless, I still like the Ritual, and I still suggest it to many customers that come in that want a longer bow, very smooth, forgiving, and an incredible backwall. By far the best backwall on the market. If you really want a good backwall, try out an Elite at minimum. Let's get down to the specs. So this year, the axle is 33 inches axle. The brace height is 6 3/4 of an inch. The bow weighs 4.3 pounds. Your IBO rating is 335 feet per second. Your RTS is going to be about 300-ish, depending on draw length, arrow you're shooting, everything like that. The bow also comes in 50, 60, 65, and 70-pound limbs. So that's the basic specs. What's new about it? I don't know. That is one thing I really don't like about the bow this year. Last year they came out with the option 6 and 7. Incredibly bow. It was 100% different than what they've always had in the recent years. They went to a split limb design. They went to a new riser, new cams, completely new different bow, new roller guard, everything. And, it definitely shot well. I really liked it. Again, I'm just not a fan of the long axle. But this year, the bow is 33 inches axle instead of 32 inches axle. The brace height is another 3/4 of an inch longer, something like that. The bow weighs a little bit more, I think. I think it's like 0.3 or 0.4 ounces. Other than that, I cannot find anything else that is new. I've read a bunch of forums. I've went on Elite's website. I've talked to my rep, and the only thing that they can tell me and that I've noticed is there are no dampening system in the limbs. Now, their selling point is that the bow is very, hand shock free and it's pretty quiet, and I will give them that, especially for having 0 dampeners on the bow. That is one thing I will definitely give them. They've also said that their grip is slightly different, and if you look at a side-by-side comparison of the Ritual grip and the option 6 and 7 grip, there's virtually 0 difference. I noticed a little lip they added to the shelf. That is it, okay? I don't know why they came out with this new bow. Okay, there's nothing new about it. I don't know why people are hyping over it. To me, if I was going to a store, I would go get a option 6, negotiate with the owner, and say, look, it's the last year's bow, knock it down. I don't want old technology, but it's virtually the exact same bow. They have a double caged riser right here that creates better consistency, also better looks, also takes out some of that hand shock, and it absorbs the hand shock and the energy in the cage. The cams are very smooth. I would definitely give them that. And, shooting 70 pounds is a breeze with this bow. You're still going to shoot 300 feet per second, maybe a little more, a little less, depending on your draw length and the type of arrow you're shooting. Like I said, they've always had incredible backwall. I really like that about this bow. Same technology last year with their limbs. They're double laminated limbs, so they're very strong. I actually had a customer I just sold a Ritual to, and his buddy dry fired the bow. Cams were completely shot, strings snapped in half, but there was nothing wrong with the limbs at all. I was expecting to have to replace the limbs, but the limbs were fine, so the limbs are very durable. It's got the LTR roller guard, which is pretty nice, that I liked on last year's bow. But like I said, there's virtually nothing new about this bow except that it's longer and slower and weighs more. But that's my opinion on it. Like I said, I really like shooting the bow. It's not for me. I'm very disappointed in Elite this year with the high expectations I had and the low quality that they put out of new technology. Very good bow, but if it was me, I would try and get an option 6 or 7 at a cheaper price, because this is retailing at $9.99. So was the option 6 back last year. But that's my opinions. As far as colors go, pretty much every color under the sun they can offer you as far as solid tournament colors. In camouflages, they have the Realtree Extra, they have the Mossy Oak, they have the Mossy Oak Mountain, they have the QU Verta, and also the QU Vias. They have the Realtree Snow, Realtree Max 1, and Realtree Extra. So plenty of options for you. But short, sweet, to the point on this one. There's not a lot of new things, like I said, but I definitely would recommend this bow if you're looking for a new bow. Especially, it's a little bit cheaper than the RedWRX Hyperforce and the Triax, but give it a shot. Like I said, incredible backwall. Must try it out. That's all I got.